So we're gonna start the weekly encounter on October 4th, 2020. My name is Claudia Torres, and today we're gonna talk about a good night's sleep. Okay, but today we're here with Jimena. So Jimena, let me ask you some questions. Okay, so what time do you usually go to bed?
Repeat question, teacher.
Can you see the screen? Can you see the picture? Okay, so maybe you can't see the screen. Okay, I'm gonna try that again.
Teacher, I don't see the screen.
You couldn't see the screen? Okay, no worries. I'm gonna try it one more time. Okay, what about now? Can you see the screen now?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, that's fantastic. Okay, so before we start, we're gonna talk about how well you sleep. Okay, so what time do you usually go to bed? For example, I usually go to bed at 11 p.m. Sometimes at 12, even at 1 a.m. And what about you? What about you, Jimena?
I go to the bed at 8 p.m.
Mhm. That's good. At 8 p.m. Okay, that's fantastic. Okay. Now, tell me, what time do you usually wake up? So, for example, I wake up, or I usually wake up at 9 a.m. or at 9 in the morning.
Teacher, I don't understand.
Okay, so for example, so you sleep, you told me that you go to bed at 8 p.m., right? So that's
Right.
at night, right? So the next day, when you wake up, you open your eyes, right? So what time do you wake up in the morning?
I wake up at 6 a.m.
6 a.m. Oh, that's early. Okay. So why do you wake up at 6 a.m.? Why? Do you?
I just
Oh, that's great. Wow. Yeah, that's good for your health. Okay. So do you sleep well? So do you think that you sleep the hours you need? Do you sleep well? Or do you have
yeah,
problems when you sleep?
I sleep well.
Oh, that's great. That's great, Jimena. Okay, so now, how many hours do you sleep at night?
I
How many
sleep 8 at night
night hours? Oh, great.
hours.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, because it's supposed, um, yeah, it's supposed to be a good time, right? About 7 to 8 hours per day. Yeah, so you're good. Okay, so now the last one. Okay, so do you sleep as much as you need? So do you think you're sleeping the right hours you need? Or do you think you need more hours to sleep?
I more sleep more hours.
Oh, okay. Why do you think that? Why? Do you feel tired, maybe?
Mm, ¿Cómo se diría ahí? Porque a veces me trasnocho. ¿Cómo diría ahí, profe? Me
Oh,
desvelo.
sometimes I stay up. Okay, I'm gonna try
Step
to
up
write it. Stay up. I'm gonna write it here. So sometimes
sometime.
I stay up
I
all
step
night.
up.
Oh, all night?
Okay, teacher.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So why do you think,
Sometimes
yeah,
I up all night.
sorry, pardon, can you repeat that?
No, teacher. I am reading.
Ah, you're
To
reading. Okay, yeah. Yeah, sometimes I stay up all night. Yeah, for example, um, sometimes I stay up all night when I'm watching movies or when I have a lot of work. Or I have to study. Yeah, so I
watch video.
or watching videos. Yeah, you're right. Or watching series. Yeah, so that's not good, but yeah, sometimes yeah, it happens, right? Okay. Okay, so now we're gonna check this vocabulary. Okay, so can you hear, can you see the blue words, right? So with the numbers and exam, bedtime, right? So can you see those words?
Yes, teacher. I
Oh,
see.
you can see. Okay, so let's try to repeat. An exam, an
And
exam.
is that
Bedtime,
bedtime?
a listener,
A listener.
low,
Low.
a tip,
A tip.
the hardest,
The hardest.
busy,
Busy.
loud.
Loud.
Okay. Now, here where it says vocabulary, you can find some letters, right? So letter A, B, C, till F, right? And then for
Right.
letter A, we have a definition, useful information or device or advice. Okay, so we're gonna match the letter with the number. Okay,
Teacher, excuse me. Can you repeat, please?
yeah, for sure. Useful information or advice. So it's an information that it's good for you, that you're gonna need, yeah, or advice, consejo, right? Useful information or advice. So which word do you think matches that definition? And Sam, what do you think? Bedtime, a listener, low, a tip, the hardest, busy, or loud? So what do you think, Jimena?
Me perdí.
Okay, so addition number one. Letter A, useful information or advice. Okay, so I'm gonna give you the first one as an example. Useful information is an information that you're gonna need to do something, right? Or advice. Advice is, in Spanish, is consejo, right? Okay, so one of these words, okay, it's related to that definition. And it's number 5, a tip. Okay, so a tip is an useful information or advice. For example, oh, can you give me a tip? Can you tell me, okay, your advice, or can you tell me a tip about how to cook lasagna? For example, okay, and then that person says, okay, so if you wanna make lasagna, you have to do this and this and this, right? So that person gives you advice. That person gives you advice. Another example, um, I would like to know what to do at home during COVID-19 because I'm bored, okay, at home. Okay, and then somebody says, oh, you should exercise at home, you should eat healthy, you should play video games, right? So advice, something you should do, algo que debes hacer, right?
Teacher, o sea que más o menos estas expresiones quieren dar a entender es como cuando tú brindas información al mismo tiempo cuando estás sugiriendo algo. Ah, ok.
Consejo.
Entonces, ok.
So that's why I would say that a tip is useful information, right? Okay, so now let's try B. A test to show what a person knows or can do. Okay, so here this word is clue. It's very important. A test, right? So here it was advice, but here is test. So a test. So which word do you think? Okay. So which word do you think? A test. When you have a test, that's the same that? An exam, okay? So a test is an exam. So for example, if you say, I have an English exam, you can also say, oh, I have an English test, right? Okay, so Jimena, is that clear?
Yes, teacher, I hear, but I don't understand topic.
You don't understand the topic? Okay.
Me
So,
confundí, me quedé.
okay, so pay attention, an exam, un examen, ¿no?
Yes.
Okay, so it's the same that a test, okay? So in English, an exam is a test, right?
Right.
Okay. So they are similar words, right? And exam and test, so they match. Okay, so now bedtime. What do you think is bedtime? Bedtime. And look at C. The time you go to bed. Or D, the most difficult or C, quiet? What do you think? Bedtime. So look at this. Time and bed. Bedtime.
Bedtime.
Bedtime. Okay, so bedtime is when you go to bed, right? It's when you go to sleep. It's the time. So bedtime, right? The time when you go to bed. So according to that, which letter in the vocabulary matches the word?
Ay, no. No, teacher. Estoy confundida.
Okay, but Jimena, pay attention. Here, yeah, I'm going to say that in Spanish. Aquí están las definiciones y las vas a unir con las palabras que están aquí, ¿verdad? Mira que la
Sí.
palabra dos dice bedtime. ¿Qué significa bed? Cama, ¿verdad?
Hora, o sea, es tiempo de dormir. Hora de dormir.
La hora de dormir, muy bien. Entonces, de aquí, la A no puede ser, ¿verdad? Porque es advice, consejo, no. La B tampoco puede ser porque es un test, un examen. Esa es la primera. Pero mira la C. Dice, the time you go to bed. Mira, aquí tienes
La
time.
2 con la C.
Claro, muy bien. Exactamente. Entonces, aquí tienes, mira la C con la 2. Perfecto, muy bien. Okay, so now, let's move to number 3, a listener. Listener. Okay. A listener. Okay. Look at the most difficult. No, right?
A person who isn't.
Yes, nice, good. Yeah, nice. So yeah, a person who listens. Alguien que escucha, ¿verdad? Una persona que escucha. That's a listener. Okay, so now number 6. The hardest. The hardest. Okay. So the hardest. Okay, I'm gonna help you with this one. The hardest is the most difficult, not easy. Okay, not easy, difficult, the most. Okay, the most
Right.
difficult. Lo más difícil, the hardest. Right?
Yeah, the most difficult.
The most difficult. Right? Now, busy. Okay, busy. So busy is when you have many things to do, right? You have to do this and this and this, so you are busy. Okay, according to that, what is the definition? Quiet, making a lot of noise, or doing something.
Doing some time.
Something, yes. Doing something. Yeah, great. And then we have loud. Loud.
Making a lot of noise.
Yes, that's right. Making a lot of noise. And the last one is low, right? Low and quiet, right?
Quiet.
Okay. So, for example, when we have this kind of chats, virtual encounters, we need to be in a quiet place, right? No noise, very quiet, right? So that's low. Low, but when we're talking about, for example, music, so when you turn down the radio, okay, it's quiet, is low, right? The volume, low. Okay, so now let's try to make sentences with these words. For example, an exam. I'll give you an example. Okay, I have an exam tomorrow, so I am studying for the test. Okay, you can make a short sentence. I'm studying for an exam. An example, right? And now let's try with bedtime, Jimena. So, for example, can you tell me what time do you go to bed? So, for the answer, you can tell me my bedtime is at, I'm gonna write it in the chat, okay? My bedtime is at, okay, and then you complete. My bedtime is at
7 p.m.
Okay, wonderful. Right. Now, a listener. A listener is, who's a listener? A person, right? A person who listens, right? So, for example, when you are listening to the radio, you are a listener, right? Okay. Now, low. Low is when something is quiet, right? Something is quiet. For example, the music is low, so it's not noisy. Low. Okay. Now let's review a tip. A tip. So, Jimena, can you tell me, or can you give me some tips about exercising? Okay. Yeah, because as you like exercising, can you give me some tips about exercising?
I don't. You do running
Okay, running. Yeah, that's a good one.
and jumping.
And sorry, I couldn't listen the last part. So running and
Jumping.
jumping. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, I'll try to follow your tips. Yeah. Now, the hardest. Okay, so the hardest is the difficult, right? Or the most difficult. So, Jimena, what is the hardest part of exercising? What is the most difficult of exercising? Can you tell me, or can you write it in the chat if you want? What is the most difficult part?
Cargar pesas. The most
Oh,
difficult or the hard carga de pesas.
okay, lift weight. Lift weight. Oh, sorry, lift weight. Weight. Right? Lift weight. Oh yeah, I bet it's very difficult. Yeah. My goodness, but maybe you're very strong. Okay, now number 7, busy. Busy. Okay, so I'll give you an example. I can't go to the party because I'm very busy. Okay, I have many things to do, so I can't go to the party. Okay, so now tell me a sentence with busy. Mina? Okay, Jimena, tell me a sentence with busy. Okay, I'm busy. I have many things to do. I can't go to the party.
I busy. Go to the shopping.
To the shopping mall. Okay, yes, yeah, that's good. Yeah, perfect. And the last one, loud. Loud. So loud is when it's noisy, very noisy. Okay, it's loud. So for example, the music is loud. Okay, so can you give me an example?
Teacher, excuse me, I don't understand the
Last one,
example.
loud. Okay, so loud
Loud.
is ruidoso,
Okay.
bullicioso, right? For example, I said the music is loud, right? Muy alto el volumen, muy bullicioso, right?
Okay, teacher.
Mm. So can you give me an example with loud?
Um, the motorcycle is loud.
Yes, the motorcycle is loud. Yes, that's a good one. That's a good example. Okay, perfect. So now we're gonna listen to the radio. Well, this is like a radio show, so you're gonna listen carefully. No worries if you can't understand the first time. I'm gonna play it 3 times, okay? But I need you to listen to the radio because we're gonna have an activity, right? So you're gonna answer some questions after the listening.
Okay, teacher.
Okay. Okay, so could you listen to the radio conversation?
Teacher, I don't listen. No, no se escuchó nada, se escuchó solamente un silencio. Pensé que de pronto es la señal o algo, pero no te escuché nada.
Oh, really? You couldn't listen? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm gonna play it one more time. Okay. Can you hear now? And can you hear that? So, Jimena, did you listen a woman talking?
Teacher, I don't listen. Nothing.
No, nothing. No, that's okay. So let me see how
De
can.
pronto me puedas compartir el link para ver si lo puedo escuchar yo aquí, profe. No sé.
That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so no worries. Just give me a sec.